A very good morning to all of you. Myself, Professor Dhaval Chandarana. As we know that we are discussing a unit number 4 of cyber law and ethics subject. Guys, on a previous 4 lecture, we are continuing this particular unit and we will learn the actual concept behind how a electronic business will be work, how the innovation will be started, and what was the actual conditions nowadays, and what are the different stage through which a particular person or the organizations move to the local market on the electronic businesses. Guys, on the previous lecture we will discuss a two important concept regarding a electronic business or e-commerce is known as a taxations, and in the second one we will discuss electronic payments. In these particular points we will discuss different criteria in form of taxations, how we can utilize a taxations process in form of GST which is provided by the Indian government, and how we can take a benefits regarding a taxation if we will consider or we can say buying a product from outside of India. And what was the rules which should be part of in taxation if we are applying our bill which is available on online products. Then we will learn a most important concept whenever we discuss in form of electronic business. Electronic payment, it is one of the most interesting and legitimate activities behind the e-commerce market. So in this particular point we will discuss so many methods in form of cardless and card system, and in particular points we will discuss a different method. So guys, if you have doubt regarding anything in form of taxation subject, in form of taxation topic, as well as if you have found any kind of doubts regarding e-payment, please refer my previous video and learn whatever we will discuss in this lecture. Guys, today we will also continue on this particular unit, as well as we will discuss one of the two important concepts of unit number 4 known as a supply chain and electronic data interchange. Guys, we know that what was the supply chain and why we are requiring to learn in form of e-commerce, because the supply chain, it is one of the things which we are really want to understand whenever we are converting our local business into the global market, because this is the only process through which we can easily identify that how we can deliver our actual product to a particular person who can ordering or placing the order in form of websites through the applications, as well as comparing on the electronic payment. And later on we will discuss EDI. So we will start with the today's lecture is form of supply chain. Supply chain management, SCM, is the range of activities needed to the plan, coordinates, schedule and the control of procurements, productions and the delivery of products to the customers. Guys, this thing it is part of SCM, and we will know that how the actual producer or we can say warehouse, we will deliver a actual product which is available on a websites, on an application, and based on the selections of this product, the actual product will be delivered within this particular home. So the actual concept behind a SCM is nothing but a combinations of all the activities which is provided in form of planning, coordinate, scheduling and control of procurements, productions and delivery of the products. SCM is the backbone of the e-commerce and is a very crucial component. It is in the growth, because what are the different facilities are available in form of delivering a products. It is the best way to gaining a trust from the customers as well as from the organization. So the supply chain management is a backbone of any of the e-commerce model. Supply chain efficiency ensures the right product reach the right place at the right time. Guys, just the only line you just remember whenever we explain a supply chain's efficiency ensures that the right product reach at the right place at the right time, because it is the only three concept through which we can easily understand what is a supply chain and how a backbone which should be part in form of supply chain management. Because whenever customer delivering some of the products which is available on the internet, based on the comparison, based on the choice, they can place the order. So if they get any kind of order from your websites, you must be aware about the actual products, actual choice about the customers in form of delivering, in form of products as well as in form of the locations. So the right product reach at the right place within this reach particular time. It ensures a cost reductions and enhancement of the cash utilization because they are gaining most flexible system. Whenever we discuss in form of supply chain, the customer model will be directly place the order in from the manufacturer and the production unit. So the business to customer model is really important in form of cost reductions. And supply chain management, it is one of the best part in form of business to customer model. It is the expensive and the complex undertaking which ensures that each partner in form of supplier to a manufacturer and beyond the perform well, because every chain it should be take a mandatory part of 100% surety. Then and then the supply chain management it should be work for the organization and for the customers. Why you need to effective e-commerce supply chain strategy? Because in a previous slide we will discuss that a supply chain management SCM, it is the backbone of any e-commerce model. So now we will understand why it is the most important part whenever we discuss in any form of e-commerce model. So there are the three key reasons why you need to effective e-commerce supply chain strategy. We will discuss in a three different state through we can easily identify that what was the importance of supply chain management in form of effective e-commerce to ensure a stocks availability and the high service level. Because whenever a customer place the order, first they identified that if I will place this particular product, then it should be in form of stock or in form of out of stock. Means if they select this product, then it should be available for the delivery or not. So it should be mentions the stock availability. Second thing, to encourage a positive customers reviews and the brand and the reputations, because nowadays we know that each and every product have mentioned a customer's review, and based on the customer reviews the product should be listed out by the customers also. Customers also shout out this product in form of rating like in 5-star, 3-star and 4-star, and according to the place they can place this particular order and select those product which is a higher rating from the customer sides. And the third thing, to delivering a cost efficiency which supports the profitability. Guys, we know that whenever we purchase something online from the website or applications, nowadays all the organizations who can provide this e-commerce model, they can place the order of minimum 500 rupees and they can delivering a free delivery. So it is also a cost effective model whenever we ensure that our amount of order is maximum, or we can say in minimum of 5,000 and more than 5,000 they can delivering a free delivery. So it should be a very cost effective for the customer point of view. So this is the three things through which we can easily find that a supply chain management or strategy, it should be a really effective whenever we discuss in form of e-commerce market. So guys, it is the things which we are discussing, and from the two below sides, a supply chain management, and it is the way how a product will be reached from the customer's home. So the supplier is known as a raw material, or we can say it is the manufacturing unit through which a product will be produced, the actual product will be delivered from the customers. Then after supplier, or we can say raw material, the procurement, it is the processor management system through which take an intermediate step from the business to a customers. Means they can see all the product in from the single platform, which is nothing but a website or the applications. Then a productions through which they can produce actual orders, actual requirement and actual market demands. Then a delivering, it's known as a courier services through which our product will be delivered within the customer's home. And the last, who can place this order, or who can the main king in the market of e-commerce is nothing but a customers, so can finish this product. So it is the case of a supply chain management. I hope you are clear what was the supply chain management and how we can understand that the actual process behind a e-commerce, where the product will be produced from the supplier to reach this particular customers on the actual locations within the actual, or we can say a right time. Now what was the different strategy through which a supply chain management it should be possible? So first thing, make the inbound supply chain a more efficient, because if inter department will be work efficiently and provide the 100% within this his or her work, then the actual product will be available within the market on a specific time with a specific periods. So the inbound supply chain more is efficient when the outbound system will be want to be affected on the actual demand. Lower shipping cost and the delivering time. As we know that why we can say it is a lower shipping cost, because lots of product will be delivered within this particular different locations. Then the intermediator business part, or we can say who can provide the product, it should be eliminated. They can directly product manufacturer and the customer will be deal within this platform. So it should be a lower shipping cost and the delivering time. Increasing capacity of existing warehouses, because they can easily identify that what was the demand, what was the customer's needs, and what was the market demanding on the particular points according to the review, according to the rating. So they can build only those products who are boosting a market, who can more demanding on the market, and based on the supply chain they can easily getting the informations regarding what are the different product will be a on demand product. So it should be very easy to identify increasing of those product which is available on the market demand. Then according to the supply chain, increasing paperwork accuracy and decreasing the processing time, because everything should be on a computer system, and whatever the computer system provided, you can easily sort out all this product according to the requirement, according to the money, according to the time. So it should be a really increasing the paperwork accuracy compared with the decreasing of processing time. So it should be a faster response with help of a supply chain management. Then manage a labor more effectively, because everything on the system, whatever the production, what was the production and what was the time, it should be defined by the productions unit. It should be easily managed by the supply chain management, and it should be reflected on all this increasing capacity of existing warehouses. Then a sixth one, increasing the number of picked order per the day, because a global market will be available within the all over the world. So the every needed people also will see those product which is available on the website or the applications. And if your market are a global world, then it should be really important thing where many people we can show this product. So increasing of number of pickup order, it should be in form of day, it should be really increasing, because much more viewers, much more requirement, much more the identity of orders. Use current warehouse space more effectively, because utilizations of space, utilizations of labor work, utilizations of production unit is also be a part of a supply chain strategy. And for that, organization always be follow those strategy who can utilize his or her labors, warehouse and the capacity of the production units. Reduce the outbound shipping cost, because they are eliminating the intermediate personnel who can take a reward from the business to customer model. So it should be a reducing the outbound shipping cost. Ninth one, use of third party logistic versus internal fulfillment, because every organization produce some warehouses in particular on the state, in particular of some city. So can easily found that a third party logistic versus internal fulfillment, and the delivery of product is more faster compared with to directly deliver from the warehouses. So guys, it is nothing but a supply chain strategy we will discuss on this particular slide. And the 10th one, select and the implement a new information system, because a technology is always be demand a new informations, new criteria and a new strategy on the market, and the organization always demanding on the new era of technical world, or we can say in e-commerce market. So the select and the implement a new informations whatever the customer will be demanded nowadays. Now we will discuss a second point of today's lecture of unit number 4 of a cyber law ethics subject is known as a EDI. Guys, the EDI is nothing but a electronic data interchange. Isn't the technology that helps a trending partners and the organizations gets more done, speed up a logistics timeline, and the eliminates a manual error by automating business to business communications. Guys, we know that if we want to utilize a time and reducing the manual errors, we want to move a paper to a organizational system, or we can say computerized system. Because if on the first state all the data must be entered in computer system is taking some time, but after entering one of the first initial state, and you can go through this computer system, or you can say converting your paper system into the computer system, then it should be a really helpful in all over the lifetime periods. So that's why we can easily eliminate all this manual error which should be done by the human, with directly or indirectly affected from the business. So EDI is nothing but a conversations of, or we can say moving your organization into the paperwork from the smarter work, or we can say harder work from the smarter work. EDI helps many organizations that produce, ship, purchase and sells goods to provide care from the retails and the manufacturers to the logistics firms, airlines, healthcare providers, insurance and more. Because we know that nowadays each an organization will be demanding the converting the paperwork into the computer system work, because they want to getting a higher responsive time. They satisfy all these customers need as much as possible. For that they must be need to convert a harder work from the smarter work system, and for that whatever the business should be defined in the second file or second life, it is nothing but a conversation process of a smarter work system is nothing but electronic data interchange. Through it's been the use of since 1960s, EDI is the finding a new use technology enabling a supply chain automations. Now we know that what is a supply chain automations, digital transformations, and even as a key part of workflow and the business process automations. Guys, why these things we will discuss in nowadays? Because every customer will be demanded a higher response time, as well as they can store his or her activity for the lifetimes. For this, electronic data interchange must be required, and it is the part of EDI. We want to convert a supply chain automations, digital transformations, as well as in form of a business process automations. And the combinations of all these three parameters with achieving electronic data interchange, or we can say in all these formations, EDI is the most primary thing. Now we will discuss what is EDI and how we will take advantage in nowadays. Electronic data interchange isn't the automated computer to computer exchange of standard electronic business documents between a business partner over the secure standardized connections. Because whenever we discuss about a data interchange, the security is the prior thing, and technology will be never compromised against those security which we will store in form of public as well as a private data. So the EDI is nothing but a transmissions of information with a security of network. Let's break down the EDI definitions piece by piece to give a you full form sense of what EDI means. So the computer to computer is nothing but EDI replaces a manual business to business communications such as postal mail, fax and the email, because we know that now everything should be part of in form of mail formations. It is take a conversion of manual process to the computer to computer process. Document flow directory from the sender's computer applications like a logistics system to the receiver's computer applications like another management system. Means a two computer system will be communicated with the help of a human being. So it should be take more advantage with the comparisons of transmissions of data in form of speed, in form of time, in form of a history, when all the activity be stored in form of a computer. So it should be really helpful to understand how the activity should be done, what activity will be done, and now what was the further process will be take in form of previous conversations. Traditional manual process. So what was the traditional manual process? If buyer internal system will be purchase some product from the supplier internal system, they can provide a purchase order through the fax, mail or email. Then the supplier will be verified all this order which is available in the form of warehouses. If the order should be available, they can provide the invoices in form a response of purchase order, and through this they can identify that what was the actual cost and where the actual product will be deliver. So it is nothing but a traditional manual process before the EDI system will be work. And now what was the conversations of traditional to automated EDI process is nothing but they are eliminating a intermediate system through which they can provide the conversation between a buyer and a supplier internal system. Now they can directly communicate it within the purchase order and the invoice system without affecting any fax, mail or email, because now they are using a computer to computer system, so they can easily rely on the person to person's communications, and through which they can provide the security compared with the intermediate process. Now what was the business documents in form of EDI? 1000s of standard business transactions documents can be sent automatically using EDI. Means a one step should be integrated with a different another steps. If any of the person will be started or triggering a first steps, then EDI automatically provide all this document as per the availability or as per the demand of other business. Some common example including a purchasing order, invoice, shipping status, customs informations, inventory documents and the payment confirmations. Guys, there are the lots of software available for this kind of applications through which we can easily identify that what was a exchange of data information in nowadays. Like I will just give you one example of this particular software is nothing but a Vyapar. If you go through these Vyapar applications, then you can easily identify that what are the documents available and what are the different state they can directly produce from this particular software. And it is the nothing but innovations behind electronic data interchange. So it is a EDI PO to a purchase system PO, because in the EDI PO we just provide a single information through which we can produce a actual systematically and the formations demand which a purchase and order system will be provided. So can easily identify that or the actual demand will be available with the help of EDI. Now what was the automation? An EDI message can be sent automatically using the pre-configured workflow, like whenever book some ticket in form of railway, in form of airway, in form of online food system, movie ticket and all these things. If our transaction should be successful or we can confirm our ticket, they can directly provide a confirmation message in form of text, in form of mail. So it is nothing but an automation system through which customer is satisfied with his transactions, with his surety and with his the conversation which will help through these websites. Business typically use the EDI transactions, or we can say translator, either as in software or via the EDI service provider, to translate the EDI documents for the use of internal applications, enabling an automated process. Because first they want to set up his or her organization, after they want to communicate with other EDI process. So it is the very easy to communication between two party with help of EDI. Process can be extended to work with the data integrations and the workflow within this organization. So if your organizations want to move to your EDI, the first initial state is first you want to move your organization in from the computer system, then you can communicate with another computer system who can already implemented this technology. Example, once a company received the EDI purchase order, the logistics system generated tasks for the warehouse staffs to move a goods from the inventory to shipping. Guys, it is also the example through which we can easily identify that if someone placing this bulk of order from one organization to another organization, if order is placed successfully, then some warehouses should be gone through this process and produce those products which availability of the orders, which requirement of this order, and then the another steps will should be efficiently work out. So first, if the organizations getting some order of the bulk of order in for the particular products, then the warehouse also activated to complete those orders. Then after completions of order, they are moved to the inventory system, and then last they want to ship those order with a particular customers. Now what was the EDI process? The buyer's procurement system which use the EDI, or we can say auto generated, and sends the EDI format PO, purchase order, when the inventory reach a pre-specified level. Means it's nothing but in form of simple word the customer place in order. In a minute the vendor sells order system using the EDI software receives the EDI PO. Means after successfully a PO, or we can say purchase order, they can definitely getting a EDI PO from the receiver's end, so they can provide the confirmations about your order should be successfully received. The supply system automatically notified the supplier department to the sends goods as per the purchase order, and then once a goods are packed and ready to the ship, the shipping system generated advance ship notification ASN to send to the buyer receiving department. So it should be nothing but a confirmations regarding your order should be successfully placed, or we can say your order successfully produced by the warehouse department. Guys, if you want to actually go through this process of the EDI process, then just first time use go through the Zomato applications and place any of the food order from any of the restaurants. Then you can easily understand that what was the actual EDI system is work on a day-to-day life. Then the vendor's ERP system that generate the EDI invoice to transmit to the buyer's account payable system, and then a receiver want to receive an actual amount bill from the vendor's ERP system. As we discussed about lots of things on EDI, now we will discuss the last steps of this particular lecture in form of benefits of EDI. It is nothing but a faster processing. Why we say that we know this? Because of last 2 to 3 that we are focusing on what was the actual steps about a EDI. Then a form of cost, it should be a lower one. Then more accuracy and the fewer errors, because of this human's error we can implement this EDI system. Better relationships, because every history or the activity should be stored in a computer system, so we can easily get those kind of relations which actual organizations now on demand. Strategy benefits, because everything should be in a work on flow from the beginning of the productions unit, from the last shipment, everything should be part of a EDI. So it should be a really easy to understand from the organization point of view as well as from the customer point of view. Environmental benefits, because everything should be a part of a computer system, so whenever we want to improve or whenever a customer demands more, we can easily satisfy those demands. Is concept of environmental benefits, and it is the things which we understand what is a EDI system. It's nothing but a sending a company system versus receiving a company system. It's nothing but a point-to-point communication with help of a EDI networks. So it is the common market where all the organization will be connected with a single system. It's nothing but a electronic data interchange. Guys, it is the things which we are discussing on the 5th lecture of unit number 4. I hope you are clear. Whatever we will discuss in from the today's lecture is SCM, supply chain management. In the later on we will discuss EDI. Please guys, be patient and watch till videos whatever we uploaded on this YouTube channel. If you found anything doubt regarding any topics, first you are going through this video, and then also if you are not clearing your doubts, then please contact personally. Thank you so much.